Hello. Welcome and good morning to the inauguration of Celia Israel as our next Travis County Tax Assessor Collector. What a crowd. I mean, this is impressive. You know, I was telling Celia, boy, Celinda sure has a lot of friends. You know?
I told Celia right now, I go, boy, Celia Israel knows how to pack a room.
My name is Joe Morin, and I have the pleasure of serving as your MC today. My wife Lupe and I, Lupe's not quite here yet, she had the task of bringing the grandkids with her, so, you know, we'll cut her a little slack. We've been involved in local and statewide community-based organization activities for over 40 years, the last 40 of which here in Austin, Texas. I got to know Celia back in the early 90s. I was then president of a statewide Association of Hispanic Chambers of Commerce with over 20,000 members. I hired Celia to be our legislative director, our first legislative director. She had the task of putting together our legislative agenda and then selling it to our members. Wow, they were impressed. They were impressed with her community organization skills, because that's what it took to run a statewide trade association, and more with the results. Celia and her team was responsible for the passage of major legislation that positively impacted small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the state of Texas. It forced the state of Texas to reach out to these businesses where previously they hadn't. And to this day, and Celia, correct me if I'm wrong, that legislation still exists, right? Yeah. And hopefully it will continue to exist. Of course, Celia went on to much bigger and better things. She achieved some great accomplishments and some great accolades afterwards. She was inducted into the Austin Women's Hall of Fame. She effectively and honorably represented District 50 in the Texas legislature. And I'm very proud of this, and I know all of you are, she conducted an historic and magnificent campaign for mayor of our city of Austin. While I do want to keep today's ceremony brief, and I've been told to do my best, we also want to recognize the elected officials that are here today in support of Celia. First of all, Judge Amy Clark Meacham. This is her office here, so Judge, thank you for... Pardon me, folks. I'm going to need my glasses for the print here. Judge Jessica Mangrum. Judge Mary Ann Espiritu. Constable George Morales. Judge Laura Livingston. Constable Suits. Judge Maria Cantu Hexel. Velva Price, District Clerk. Judge Sandra Avila Ramirez. Judge Cliff Brown. Judge Laura Eiselraw. Council Member Vanessa Fuentes. Representative Donna Howard. Judge Catherine Mozzie. Commissioner Ann Howard. Bruce Elfon. In the very back. Judge Kim Williams. And Council Member Rudy Metier. We may have some more officials come in later on, and we will recognize them as that happens. All that to say, thank you for being here to this important day for Celia and for our community. First up, I'd like to introduce Blanca Nereida Valencia. She's a high school principal in Round Rock ISD. She's the interim chair of Contigo Wellness and currently serves by singing and sitting on the board of Union Church in Pflugerville. Nada, would you come up? And if all of us would please rise for our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the home of the brave?
Wow. Thank you, Blanca. That was amazing. It's now my pleasure to introduce another leader in our community who will share a blessing with us. Dr. Lauren Grobner, the pastor of Alpha Church here in Austin. Pastor.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. On behalf of my wife, Major Crystal Grosvenor, and the entire congregation of Alpha Church, we would like to say congratulations to this amazing individual. Let's put our hands together for her again. I must also bring greetings from our dear and loyal member, Judge Eric Shepard, who could not be here today. You've asked me to give a blessing, and I'd like to talk to you and allow everyone else to listen in for the next 1 minute. Today we gather in unity and celebration, honoring you and your distinct call to lead and to serve. Not only your call, but also your courage. May this new chapter for you as Travis County Tax Assessor be filled with wisdom, be filled with integrity, and be filled with compassion. May your leadership inspire fairness, may your decisions reflect justice, and may your actions bring hope to everyone you serve. Among us in this room, there is a vibrant microcosm of Travis County. There exists diverse beliefs, perspectives, and ways of understanding the world. Some are rooted in faith, others in a deep respect for the mysteries of existence. To those who find meaning and strength of humanity, may this moment affirm the power of collective goodwill and shared purpose. May this gathering in your honor remind us all of the importance of standing together to create a better world for all. This is your mantra. This is your duty. Let your song of justice, let your song of service continue to resonate, not only in your work, but also in the lives of those you touch along the way. May your fighting spirit and your unwavering voice echo as a beacon for those seeking support, guidance, and equity. And finally, as we move from this ceremony, may we all be inspired, as you have been inspired, to serve, to care, and to build. May this day for you mark the beginning of a legacy that will uplift, unite, and transform. And so, with hearts filled with hope, we celebrate the power of your service and the strength of your voice, and we also celebrate the beauty of shared humanity. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Pastor, for those inspiring words. I also want to recognize at this time several other elected officials who are here with us today. Representative Gina Hinojosa. Judge Davila Lytle.
It's the Zeta Lytle.
Apologize.
It's all good.
Daniela. Judge Shireen Thomas. And I apologize for the pronunciations last minute, but hopefully we got the recognition in correctly. All right, let's get down to the business at hand, the highlight of the ceremony and the reason that we're all here today. Judge Bianca Garcia, presiding judge of Travis County Court at Law Number 3, will administer the oath of office to inaugurate Celia Israel as our next Travis County Tax Assessor Collector. Judge Garcia, come on down.
You ready? Let's do this. They say never to give a lawyer a mic, so sorry, I am going to say just a couple things before we get started. This is an incredibly humbling experience, as Celia has been an integral part of my own journey and been a huge inspiration as to why I even ran for office. So before I start to cry, thank you for everything you do for our community and for being a role model for everyone, but especially Latinas. You ready? So raise your right hand. Please repeat after me. I, Celia Israel, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of Travis County Tax Assessor and Collector of the State of Texas, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state. So help me God. Congratulations. Thank you, everybody. Here we go.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So overwhelming, so much love in the room. I'm a little nervous, but it's, I think, a nervousness from just the emotion of having so many of my friends, allies, my queens and fighters over the years be here with me to mark this moment for me and for my family. Today is about the next chapter. I have a speech. Who would have thought? And then we'll have cake. Today is about the next chapter, about the privilege that I feel of turning towards a brand new opportunity to serve. Thank you all for making today possible. You have been there to support me not just over the last 2 years, but over the last many years, in which I found myself putting it all on the line for those who needed a voice, for those who needed a fighter, for those who needed a rebel in the shape of Celia Israel. Thank you, Judge Garcia, for swearing me in without each of us actually swearing after that Longhorn football game. Thank you, Nere, my dear friend. You sang the national anthem in 2014 on the floor of the House of Representatives. And now you're here for this next gig. It warms my heart, and it's going full circle. It means a lot to me that you did that. You still got the pipes, girl. Pastor, your words were very sweet. You almost made me cry. You got to Celinda, that's for sure. But your words were on point. As I said to your congregation, I do have a song to sing. And I'm grateful to continue to be able to sing that song. And to my dear friend Joe Morin for being our MC today. As my boss from so many years ago, you taught me a lot about what it takes to lead with strength as well as humor. And Lord knows, public service takes both in equal measure. Of course, thank you to my wife, Celinda, my champion, and my partner in all things. During my time in public life, my path has not been linear. I've had wins, losses, dramas, and adventures. I have served in the Texas legislature where I made a mark as an advocate for better policies like, wait for it, more transit options, clean air, voting rights, highway safety, and the rights of the marginalized whose voices needed to be heard. I think of my former colleagues, Representative Hinojosa and Representative Howard, when we did something rather dramatic and headed out to Washington and fought for voting rights. We've done some things to make good trouble and use our collective voice together. Thank you both for being here. When I look ahead to this office with so many functions, it's a new opportunity to serve, to not just be a transactional leader, but a transformative one as well. This is a multifaceted office with multiple customer-facing divisions, property taxes, motor vehicles, voter registration, centralized court collections, plus the shared services administration that is the blood flow to support these muscles. This is a very different entity. My zeal for these topics and my zeal for being in the arena continues. Most of you in this room have watched my trajectory over the years, and because you're here today, over the course of many years and many battles, you know my MO. I'm here to lead with heart, to have high expectations of myself, of those working for me, and I'm here to do good things. Friends, we're living through times when government is judged and viewed with suspicion, unfortunately. Yet the work of government in places like this is critical and important. But as we go about doing it, we must not take ourselves too seriously. We must remember where we came from and what we're working towards. This office deserves public respect, and this team of about 200 people is aware that that respect must be constantly earned and re-earned in ways large and small. My job is to do just that. When I look ahead to this office and each of the 8 divisions within it, I see hope in serving the people beyond transactions and towards transformation. I wish to lead with both in mind. I will continue to be a fierce advocate who leads with her heart, with integrity, and as a worthy teammate for those 200 employees, as well as the taxpayers who are relying upon us. One one of my guiding principles of leadership is never forgetting where you came from. Never get so full of yourself that you forget how you got to where you are. So I'm thinking of my parents and my hometown, the border town of El Paso, Texas. Whew. Like so many of us, my parents influenced me in ways I didn't fully appreciate when I was younger. I will always be grateful to my parents for passing along some pretty solid principles: the love of country and working hard. My mom was a teacher's aide and Dad was a truck driver later in life. But at a young age, my mom worked at White Sands Missile Range as a clerk typist. Yeah, where they do nuclear stuff. She needed top secret clearance for that job, and she would be happy to tell you about that. And she would use a particular hand gesture to hammer home how special it was that she had top secret clearance. She would tell everybody, the doctor, the random person at the grocery store. My dad retired from the United States Army, and family lore is that he made sergeant several different times. While my dad loved this country, he was not a conformist, and how he managed to stay in the Army all those years, given his rebellious spirit, is beyond me. But both of them taught me so much, and I do think of them on this special day as I start this new journey of service. That path of service is strewn with political activism, social activism, 9 years of service in the Texas House, and today as the newest tax assessor collector. It would not have been possible without our collective vision for community over the course of many years to get to this moment. Now that I'm taking office in the year 2025, I think it's appropriate to mark this unique time that we're living in when it comes to government and when it comes to service. We are living in political times that are uncertain. That uncertainty should not exist. We are living through times when the government is not being trusted. That trust should be solid. We are living in times when excellent customer service is a surprise. Government can be a part of those surprises. We are living in times when striving for diversity is being questioned as an organizational value. Valuing diversity should always be a standard. There are two particular groups of people in the audience today that I would like to recognize. I won't make the first group stand to be recognized, but they are special to me and to Celinda. It's a group of young former staffers who have been with me over the years in my role as a state official. I have leaned on them, and because I led, they have come behind me to lead projects, teams, budgets, and been doing great things with their lives. And they will continue to make me proud as they grow in their careers. Celinda and I count you as family, and I'm very proud of you. I won't name you individually, but I will say once a staffer, always family. The second group is my team of senior leaders at the tax office. They will soon know the ways of Acelia Israel. Before I mention them, though, I want to call out my predecessor, Bruce Elfont, who is here today. Bruce served for 12 years. I thank him for his service, but most especially, because it doesn't always happen, his very smooth, classy, and professional transition that he has allowed my team with his team. Thank you so much, Bruce. To the Travis County team, they are already doing the work that is critical to the community. The Office of Tax Assessor Collector is arguably the most customer-facing office in county government. We interact with the government in many different ways. I want to thank them for their ongoing service. I will call out their names, and I'm going to ask you all to stand. Tish Bostic, Chris Davis, Beverly Peavy, Ruben Reyes, Tiffany Seward, Stacy Sproul, Stephanie Triggs, Susan Zavala, Al Saria is Chief of Staff, and Mallory Hart is Chief Strategy Officer. If you all will please stand and let us thank you for the work that you have done and the work that you will do. This office gathers taxes from individuals who are struggling to make ends meet and have now found themselves living in one of the most expensive counties in the United States. This office helps process vehicle title transfers for everyone with dignity and patience, whether they bought a Mercedes-Benz or a used work truck to help keep their family business thriving. This office gets really excited to help people, especially young people, get registered to vote. This office funds Travis County and over 150 entities. It is the lifeblood of our schools and our cities. This office has a footprint in all corners of our county, deep in the heart of Texas, with 6 offices and a presence in 2 court buildings, including the beautiful one that we're in today. Stunning building, by the way. Whew. So, I leave you with a pledge. I will follow these leadership tenets, and our office will never forget those we serve, and we will never forget what an honor it is to serve. This has been and will continue to be a beautiful journey, one that I do not take for granted. With appreciation, with humility and love, I say to you all, thank you so much for this honor. Let's eat some cake. All right, where do we go? Out, and to the left. All right, guys, let's go enjoy some company.